Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, Patreon members, welcome back to the podcast. Something's going on. I haven't been able to figure it all out, but I thought we'd spend some time here, and I would see if I can talk through it. Sometimes it helps if I don't know, then I'll just explore something and I'll entertain it, and just different things. And I like to see if I could start getting to the nut of it. If I just reason it out, out loud, maybe something will change up. But this is actually what I can't work out right now, and this is over here on Shade Decks. Now, there's something really, really small, really, really sleepy happening here, and I feel like I'm kind of on an island because it's odd that I seem to be the only one who's really mentioning this, and that's what I'm talking about right there is shade. Now, you guys know that I've been pushing into this bit by bit, and I've been doing it since $2. Now the problem is that's it's right there. It's a 2x, and it's a 2x in what's effectively a very short period of time. So I haven't been able to figure that one out yet. And here's the rub. What the hell's going on over here that's blasting that token up? I mean, that literally is a 2x since the time I really started making videos about this about a month ago. That thing went from $2 to $4. Now, you can't use this. You can't use CoinGecko because the Oracle is just wildly off because it says it's at 8 cents, and you ought to see something fun. I mean, if you ever actually pull it up, look at this thing. I mean, this is nuts. This thing nuts. They got about $30 here, 287 a dime. I mean, the Oracle is just absolutely whacked on this one, but here, like any other cryptocurrency, it's worth what somebody will give you for it. And right here at this time on this particular token, they'll give you $3.86 per token. So what made it 2x in such a short period of time? And that really seems to be the very important question. Now, for me personally, loving it. Loving it. You guys know where my mind is on this. You know what I've been up to. I've 2x'd. I mean, I've doubled this thing up, and it doesn't really matter which part of it I'm in as long as it's touching shade. I'm up on it. Now, I don't like to invest in DEX tokens. I simply do not want to invest in DEX tokens. They're remarkably volatile. They're all over the map, and every driving interest around the DEX token is going to be the price, because this is typically what devs are paid in. What everybody's paid in is the DEX token, and they're going to sell it off. They have no real long-term interest in this. They're not Merc Capital. It's a job. So they're paid in company script. They turn in the company script, and they turn it in to something that they can use elsewhere. So I don't like to get into these, but there was one pool that they spun up here that was so damn attractive that I literally couldn't stay out of it. And it was, where is it? It's that one right there. It's Silk Shade at 107%. I want you to think about that. That is Silk Shade at 107%. Now, where did they get that big-ass percentage? That really does seem to be the question, doesn't it? And, again, it's an important one. Silk Ethereum over here at 16%. It used to be much higher, so they pulled a large percentage of that APR out, and the pool liquidity clearly declined, like they do. There was another one that I was kind of moving into pretty aggressively. That was Shade Rep Bitcoin. That was my only exposure to Shade, and they zeroed that one out. They said, no, we don't want to pair with Bitcoin. We're going to make that a 0. So they completely eliminated that one. I mean, they just 100% zeroed it out. And they added a whole bunch of token pairings over here. But again, you can see 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. They do have this Shade and BLD, but the rewards are paid out in BLD. They're barely touched with Shade. And Alter Stake Secret, this has absolutely nothing to do with this DEX. There's no Silk on that pool. There's no Shade on that pool. It is just Alter and Stake Secret. And all of the rewards on this thing are paid by Alter, and you can see that big ass TVL on that. So yeah, but their favored sons, their favored pools over here, man, they really, really bombed out a lot of those APRs, like Injective and Stride Injective at 8.2%. That's not worth it. I mean, at 8.2%, you can get better than that, just straight staking with no LP exposure. Uh, Shade and Stride Atom zeroed out. So it looks like they took a whole bunch of these APRs that they were pouring out, and they were pouring it all into Silk Shade. So they were taking all of that reward money they were putting everywhere else, and they moved it up into Silk Shade. And it's clear that they did it because they want people to buy and hold Shade. Now, with what is coming off the board going into staking, and all the other kind of funny money games they have going up over here, it's clear. I mean, it's pretty clear that it incentivized the hell out of the Shade price because, again, it's don't take my word for it. Take the Dex's word for it. So, yeah, I mean, there's something sketch here. Now, how do you play it? I guess that's the better question. Now, I had a whole bunch of silk, and that was just sitting there. And I had been pouring it into, as soon as that big pool went up, I started pouring into it. So I was just liquidating the silk, buying Shade. And I was getting it at cheap. I mean, $2. I was just racking that stuff up. But I was doing it for a pure farm. I mean, that's it. That's what I was doing. So how do you play this? That seems to be the real big question. Now, if you didn't jump when I jumped, you're behind the curve. It is what it is. Welcome to crypto. The influencers are going to pick up on this eventually, and now it's going to be all about shade. Oh my God, it's going to go to $100. Just wait and see. But they're ex post facto. That's crypto influence is purely ex post facto. So if you didn't move when I moved, you're already behind the curve. How long is this going to continue? It will continue, or at least holding the price, or maybe slight gains, as long as they can keep pumping love into this pool right here. They have got to maintain that. When that goes, or they decide to, and they do this at a whim, by the way. There's no warning, there's no message, there's no voting. That APR will go to zero, or down to a single digit. And as soon as it does, a lot of that shade's going to get liquidated. So they're going to do what they can to hold that pool together for as long as they can, so that it incentivizes people holding the token. It gives the token time to recover. So the play on this one, or what I'm looking for, is when that number really starts to seriously decline. Because at 107% with $600,000 in there, they're paying out in rewards approximately $2,000 a day. Now, it's $2,000 cash dollars. Well, it's not cash. They're paying it out in Shade. But, you can liquidate it immediately. So it's not, even though it's paid out in company script, that script can turn into cash. I mean, one click. So there you go. You're going to have to watch that APR. When that APR declines, Shade will decline. I mean, I don't see any other way that this could possibly hold out. When that APR right there, when they run out of funds that they are paying off on this pool, and that thing goes, most of the Shade is going to go with it. So the play on this one is you cannot be the last guy in the room. That's really all it is, man. Look, we're looking at a FOMO type event here. And you cannot be the last guy. This is greater fool. I mean, 100%. Long term, I think Shade's a pretty good DEX. Are they ever going to be mainstream? I don't believe that for a second. It's troglodyte DEX, man. It's way off the radar, and it just seems like the Cosmos influencers don't take it serious. They might pay it lip service, but I've never seen anybody actually come through and do what we do and break this thing all the way down. So yeah, it's gonna be tough, but that's the one that you want to watch right there. That one single pool, that is the one that is maintaining the price of Shade token right now. Now they've introduced a staking element, and there's a couple other things that they have big plans coming up, but that's the pool. That's the one that you want to watch. As long as it is holding that kind of APR, I will consider it a reasonable buy. and a reasonable buy-in stake or LP. Now I like to LP it because it's paired with silk, but yeah, that's it. So you're really gonna have to keep your eye on this one, man. So all right, anyway, that's it, guys. I haven't posted anything on YouTube in a good long while, so I might put this one up on YouTube as well. Yeah, just because I haven't in so long, I haven't made any videos, so I'll probably put this one up on YouTube as well. I'm not trying to deprive the Patreon folks of you know single content, but I got to put something up there, man. That channel is just dying. So that's it, guys. Questions, comments, scott@thepodcast.com. I answer any and all. And until next time, please stay safe and please be smart with your money. Cheers.